Warning. This podcast may contain spoilers from whatever TV show or movie is mentioned. Please listen at your own discretion. Welcome to Viewers Anonymous.
Yo, what's going on? I am Scoots Bronson.
And I am S. Foster.
That's right. And you tuned into the Viewers Anonymous podcast where we give you our very own reviews and takes of movies and TV straight out of Hollywood. What's up, Brody?
Can't call it, man. Just coming off of a holiday weekend. You know what I'm saying? We
Absolutely.
decided to, go ahead and enjoy the time and hit the people back up on this Tuesday. But I'm good, man. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great. Man, I have no complaints, man. Enjoy my holiday weekend and enjoying, what I'm saying, getting back to it, man. Getting back to the grind.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
So today, this episode, we are covering I don't know if this is a prequel or it's supposed to be a sequel, or maybe it's just set in the same world, but this is a part of the Kingsman universe for sure.
hmm
And the movie today we're talking about is Argylle. It is available on Apple TV. If you have that platform, you can watch it. If not, you can rent it from Prime Video for maybe buy it from Prime Video for $20 because they don't show the rent price. But came out this year, 2024. Um, it is starring Bryce Dallas Howard, Sam Rockwell, Bryan Cranston, Henry Cavill, amongst a bunch more other people. We could probably get down to that later on in the show. And this movie is about an author who is uh, writing about secret spy stories, but a nice little plot twist hits, and we find out that she may be the source of all her writings. Uh, and it is rated PG-13. So, watching this for the first time, what was your thoughts?
Um, for the first time, I thought it was interesting. The way that they put this together.
Mm-hmm.
To I've seen the first two Kingsmen. I don't think I've seen the last one though. I don't think I've seen the
Okay.
last one to come out. But um, I thought it was very interesting, and even in the beginning where Ellie had a book showing,
Mm-hmm.
and someone mentioned, are you, well, maybe you're a spy or something like that. She was like, well, maybe I am, and all this little shit, and then just kind of like toyed with it or whatever.
Yeah.
And which I thought it was interesting hearing it because I was like, okay, like even for the first time watching it,
Mm-hmm.
even I was like, it kind of perked my ears up a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
okay, maybe there's a little something going on here that I don't know yet, and kind of let this
Right.
whole thing play out. And then once you get that plot twist, and to the point where which a lot of movies end up following this format, I would say,
Mm-hmm.
where the person is so stupid, oh, I don't remember, and all this type of shit. It feels
Yeah.
like we've seen this so many times, man. Like, as a matter of fact, I don't know if you ever watched this. There's a show on Prime. It's a
Mm-hmm.
show on Prime called Citadel, and
Mm-hmm.
it had your girl from that married oh, what's that, the famous Jonas, uh
The famous
Nick
Jonas.
Jonas. Yeah,
Wait, time
Nick
out.
Jonas.
Time out.
Come on, man. You know
Who?
Nick is the most famous.
No, I know who the Jonas Brothers are, and I remember when they was at their peak. I didn't know like it was like the most famous one though.
Yeah, Nick Jonas. He's
On some
married
Justin
to the
Timberlake
girl.
shit.
Yeah, he's married to the girl that was in uh Quantico, the
The main
Indian
one.
girl.
Oh man,
Yeah,
lucky man.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
what's
They've
up,
been married for a while.
man. I promise you,
But
I had no idea about none of this shit, bro. You just learned me something today.
we're glad I can do that. So so yeah, so she's in that show,
Mhm.
Citadel. And so basically what it is, so she is a spy.
Right.
And so it shows like her last mission or whatever with this dude, your boy, with the arm. Why can't I
With the
think today?
arm.
In Marvel, Winter Soldier. What's his name?
Oh, Sebastian Stan.
Sebastian
Yeah.
Stan. So they the two main characters.
Hmm.
And so he's living his regular life and shit. And he got his family, his daughter, and so these
Yeah.
people coming after him. And so then they start showing him like, dude, you are a spy, but your mind, you lost your memory and all this
So
type of
this
shit. Oh
nigga's
man.
this nigga's the Winter Soldier. What? Nah, bro. Nah,
so
bro. They made
so
this
he
nigga
had
play the same role. That's crazy.
but but he has no idea, right?
Yeah.
So then there's this one little chip thing or whatever that they could put on you. So basically, so they instilled this thing into these spies to where if something ever go wrong, like they can like clear your memory,
Yeah.
and they put it in this certain place and you can unlock your memory. So he's
Hmm.
going through, they telling him, man, you the spy, man, you can do this, you do this. No, I can't do this, and all this little fucking bullshit. And so then once they unlock his ass, then all of a sudden he's fucking whooping ass. So
The more and more you describe it, the more and more it sounds like Winter Soldier. This is everything. This is everything that Marvel has already done. This is
that's
what
what
could
I'm
be
saying.
the spinoff. What the fuck are what? So they lit
Man,
like this is literally everything you have described up until this point has been the Winter Soldier. Please continue because this is interesting as fuck. I
but
promise
I
you,
mean,
I'm so
look,
excited right now.
and so okay, so what ended up happening was he found out that they was actually like in love, about to get married and all this shit.
Yeah.
And so they ended up, but she ended up betraying the Citadel or whatever, and like working for the other side. And so he was doing this shit with her, not knowing that she wasn't really with him anymore.
Yeah.
And so it was a whole little thing,
It
but
sounds
it's
it
just
sounds like his relationship with Captain America. Except this time Captain America is the love interest. They already did this.
that's what, dude. That's what I'm saying. That's
That's
why it's
crazy.
like watching this, I'm thinking about Citadel
Yeah.
because it's like, why is always this thing with this person who was a spy but don't
Mhm.
remember,
Right.
and then like you trying to tell them like, yo, like the one scene where what's the dude name, Aiden? Well, Aiden was trying to
Yeah.
show her the stump and crush the skull move. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? When you put your leg up and you turn it, twist, and you stomp down type thing. And like she just like trying to like, yeah, she can do it and all this like shit. It's like, yo, man, like how many times have we seen this? I'm not
We
criticizing the
okay, so
movie.
no, I'm with
It's
you.
just
But we've seen this multiple times. You know what I'm saying? You just gave a
yes.
perfect example of a show, right? So the trope is not new. I think that the for me at least, I once I caught on to what the reason for it is, then it didn't bother me so much, right? So what I've noticed, and maybe you see something different, but what I notice is that the reason that they have to make her do this in the story or in the film is because she really don't remember, of course, that she's a spy, right? That's a real thing. And then she's imagining Argyle doing all these things because you know what I'm saying, like that's the story she's supposed, or that's the person she's supposed to be writing about. He the main character of the story. So as she's imagining him doing these things, it's really her doing all these things. Like the perfect example is the fight in the when she fell into the bathroom and the door kept closing and opening and closing. Oh, that like that's her fighting in real life. We just seeing it from her perspective of being the author instead of actually seeing like instead of Argyle is her.
Yeah,
Did that make sense?
yeah, yeah,
All right, okay. So that's why I said like if when you look at it from that perspective, you kind of you give it a little bit of leeway.
yeah. I mean, look, they did put a spin on it as far as like even when Aiden was fighting all those people at that one like
Hmm.
apartment joint, and like she would
Hmm.
look up and she would see the person that she envisioned as Argyle,
Yeah,
and then it'll show us him. Like so, it was going like back and forth, intertwining the people.
right.
And so I thought that was interesting, but I also thought it was interesting that in which I can't remember what movie it was, but they've done this before where somebody is writing something and it's actually happening.
Absolutely.
And so that was another like spin to the movie where it was like because she had finished I think part 4 and then people was asking her about 5 and so
Hmm.
they had her kind of doing well Aiden had her doing 5 on the fly because it was
Right.
like everything that you saying is happening, it's happening. But what was weird about that was they said that all of the shit from well no that doesn't make sense, but I'm not talking to you Siri. um the all the parts before they was like yo like the reason you was able to write it because you've done it,
Right.
and it was like so you're actually writing something that you've done before and all this little shit like that. So I mean I thought that part of it made it super interesting,
Hmm.
and to where he was trying to get her to come up with the shit and telling her she can't trust anybody, then the whole weird thing with the cat and all this type shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like it. I can see where they kept the feel from Kingsman. They
Right.
did keep that feel for it.
Yeah.
Um, from what I can remember, like I said, I didn't see the last one. I saw the first two. I didn't see the
Okay.
last one.
Okay.
But
So real quick, the last one is the prequel, if I remember correct. That's why I said I don't know if this is supposed to be like a prequel or if this is the sequel. I'm assuming it's a prequel because Sam Jackson is supposed to be younger in this one. And so is the girl, his bodyguard with she had the blades for the feet. She in this she in this one too, and she younger. So I'm assuming like this is before we get to Eggsy and all of them.
uh
I'm assuming that's the timeline. But the third one, the King's Man, is before all of this. This is like the very first one. I know for sure because this is when oh shit. I can't even think of his name. But the dude that teach Eggsy, him in the first one, the very first movie that they came out with, he's supposed to
yeah,
be like this is his story. So then like that's when we see everything and how he ended up joining into the group and all that too. So that's what that is. That third one. That's like the very first beginning of the whole story.
got you. But but no, I mean like I thought it was interesting, but we still that's my thing when it comes to writing. But I do think that a way to I think what separated this one from all of the other ones, and what I mean by the other ones, like for instance, Total Recall. Total
Mm-hmm.
Recall is really kind of the same shit, except they
Mm-hmm.
got this fucking machine that you sit in and it puts you in different like dreams or whatever. But come to find out, like Colin Farrell was a fucking assassin
Mm-hmm.
dude or whatever and all this type of shit. But they just had to unlock that shit. So it's like
Yeah.
all of this stuff is really in that similar vein where you could kind of put it in the same lane or whatever. But what they were able to do with this one was it gave you that comedy factor to it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like that was some a lot of funny moments. And see, and I like Sam Rockwell. Like Sam Rockwell,
Yes.
he plays these types of roles
Yeah.
really, really well.
Absolutely.
And I don't think that he's one of those guys to get the credit for how funny he could be in roles.
Mm-hmm.
Even roles where he's not necessarily supposed to be funny.
Right.
He played in this one movie called Joshua,
Mm-hmm.
which Joshua just basically just another fucking omen. Really,
Okay.
he's just this fucking evil. Well, he's not, but his kid is just this evil ass fucking kid, like
Yeah.
just evil as fuck. And like, so even in a movie like that, was kind of a thriller slash type of horror type joint, he would have like these funny moments, and like
Mm-hmm.
he's just funny like that. But in this movie, this character reminds me of the character that he played in one of the I cannot think today. Charlie's Angels. Yeah.
Okay.
The character that he played in this reminds me of the character that he played in Charlie's Angels. And it's
Mm.
just like, man, he found a way to make shit funny. Yo, when they were towards the end when they did the scene with the with all the colors and shit,
Yeah.
and they was dancing and back to back, and this one,
Yeah. That was
and
crazy.
Ellie lifted his ass up.
Yeah, that was
She was on the Yo, this chick was skating on
blood
motherfucking on on what?
on blood.
We, no, I'm talking about
Oh no, you talking about where
the
they supposed to?
knives.
Yeah, they're supposed to be in the what was that? The kitchen or something?
It was something like that. It might have been a
Nah, it wasn't
kitchen,
even the kitchen. It was like a boiler room or some shit.
and they put all of that damn shit down. You said it was
Yeah,
blood,
I thought it
and
was. I thought I'm thinking of something else when I said blood. I was thinking of something else. You talking about the shit that's in the barrels and shit, and she started skating
yeah, and they
around.
dumped that,
Yeah,
and she started skating. Yo, this one put knives on the bottom of her boots, yo,
right.
and she's sliding around like she's goddamn Tonya Harding up out this bitch.
She's
I'm like,
a
yeah,
terror athlete.
yeah.
She can do it all.
It's it's like watching this shit. It's like, yo, what she can't do at this point.
True.
It got to the point once she got her memory back. It's like, yo, what can't she do?
Yeah.
It's like at that point. But no, I tell you another thing that's interesting is that Argylle in her memory, well, in
Mhm.
her imagination, I would say,
Yeah.
is a man,
Right.
and she did all of this shit as a woman.
Yeah.
So I thought that was interesting that Argylle wasn't a woman in her imagination.
Hmm.
I thought that was really interesting to do it
Well,
that way.
the books like that, when the women doing all that, them books don't sell.
But you know what? But the movies do.
I'm talking
Cause
about as far as in the realm of what her writing that book. Like I think she made it a man because she knows like some type of books ain't gonna sell. It's more. I guess they think it's more believable if it's a man. And I think that's
yeah,
the I think what you're saying is actually a very dope point because even in the movie, like even looking at it from the movie aspect, not just the book, but looking at it from the movie aspect, saying exactly what you're saying, like you the whole time the movie is drawing you in because Argyle is doing all of these things. And then it fades into you realizing that this was her the whole time. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like when I forgot what movie that was. Where like it's a movie. I forgot what it is. Like the whole time in the movie, you see this person or this image of whatever the character is supposed to be, and it's like this small frail character, and then like in reality, it's really when the main character realizes what's going on, they really see what the person is or what the character is supposed to be, but they realize like it's this big gigantic person. I mean character, but I think it was something where like they seen the like who the people like the personality who they really were. So because I guess it
Hmm.
was big, it felt insecure and all that, which made it a small person or some weird shit. I gotta find it and watch it. There was some shit my kids was watching. watching, but it made like perfect sense to comparison. I went on the rant.
Yeah. No, it's all good. I thought that was interesting that she did it that way, and also made Aiden, who is played by Sam Rockwell, is normal size guy,
Hmm.
but in the book he's John Cena size.
Right.
So it's like I thought that was just interesting to put it that way. But like I was saying earlier, maybe in books it don't sell, but
Hmm.
in movies as of late, and I think that this kind of started a couple of years ago because I remember we had a run on this podcast
Oh yeah,
where it was
where all
like
the women, yeah.
everything that we were doing, it was all women. It was like it was Jessica Chastain and Ava. It
Hmm.
was Sarah, not Sarah, Mary Elizabeth Winstead and Kate.
Yeah.
Um, oh man, it was some other movies. I think Jessica Chastain had like two of
Yeah, it was a bunch of them
if
that
I'm
came
not
out on
mistaken.
Netflix. It was like one of them was like Cherry Pop Bomb, Pipe Bomb, and the other one was
The milkshake joint that you liked.
yeah, Atomic Milkshake and all that shit. It
Yeah,
was like yeah,
yeah,
all the movies
it
like
was
that.
a bunch of like women type action movies, like all coming out
Hmm.
around the same time, and
Right.
all of those movies did pretty well.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think you're right. Maybe in that book world, like you said, maybe they was like, ain't no way a woman gonna be able to do this, and it's kind of easier to envision it as a man. And I thought that it was interesting that she was envisioning herself as a man, and then once you find out the whole time it was her, then you got to thinking about, well, oh man, well she got to be bad as fuck. And I
Hmm.
think that's why they, when it came towards the end, to see what she was actually capable of, they had to find a way to make her believable. And that's why they came up with this whole shit of like, yo, we just gonna get two knives and we're gonna stuff that shit in the bottom of a boot and have her
Right. Just go
slide
crazy.
around this mud like she's damn Tanya Harding, man, like Nancy Kagan or whatever.
Right.
Have her going around like that and then, what I'm saying, whooping all these dudes' ass the way that she did because they had to show us to make us believe that shit. And then that whole shit with the one girl, I think her name was Kara,
Hmm.
where what I'm saying, because the movie starts out and even what's the girl name? Dunn. What's that chick name that was dancing? Oh, yo, this is non-related, my guy.
Hmm.
But so it's related, but it ain't related. But that's what this podcast is all about.
Right.
So I'm sitting there trying to find something to throw on, right?
Hmm.
While I was about to cook dinner the other day.
Hmm.
So I was like, man, I just go on Tubi. If y'all want to find like a whole bunch of black classics, go to Tubi.
Thanks.
So I saw Money Talk. Boom, just click on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I ain't even got to show Money Talks. So Money Talk starts with the Barry White song.
Hmm.
Uh what is it? You kind of wonderful. That's what you are. I know. There's on I'm like you. What's the name of the song? You're my everything. So
Oh yeah.
so the movie start with you with Chris Tucker driving in the Mercedes saying you're my everything. So the movie ends when Charlie Sheen marries what's the name?
Hmm.
Uh and that Barry White song plays again, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, so I asked Jacoby, I said, yo, so do you want to watch this movie that I gotta watch for the podcast? So he was like,
Hmm.
yeah. So now Money Talk starts with Barry White, ends with Barry White.
Hmm.
Put this movie on. The movie starts with Barry White. You're my everything.
That's
Like,
crazy.
yeah, he turned and looked at me. I looked at him. I said, yo, what are the odds
Yeah,
that
that
we
shit
would
is that's
watch?
crazy.
Yeah, that we would watch two movies that are fucking so many years apart and got nothing to do with each other. And the
Yeah.
same song is playing. I just thought that shit was hilarious, man. We just looked at each other and we had a big ass laugh off this shit. But but the girl that was dancing at the beginning of the video, with
Hmm.
the beginning of the movie, I think she's a singer
Dua
or a
Lipa.
rapper or something. Yeah.
Yeah, she a singer.
So yeah, he knew who she was,
Hmm.
and and so like she, dancing whatever, and then when they said Argylle up and all that type of shit, whatever, whatever. But um So you see the whole CGI scene where he's driving this little ass car and she's on his motorcycle. There's no way that
Mm-hmm.
car can keep up with that motorcycle. But that's besides the point.
Right.
But the Kara girl gets shot in the chest.
Mm-hmm.
And Argylle did this little thing. They didn't really show it, but he just kind of did something and then he left and went to go chase after the girl. So there was a part in the movie where she said that a writer wrote, well, emailer wrote into her and
Mm-hmm.
said that um, you can shoot somebody in the heart. Well, they were saying that you could bring a character back by saying that they got shot in a certain part of their heart, and if you blocked it off, that they wouldn't bleed out or whatever. And
Yeah.
so she was thinking about bringing somebody back, and so she shot Aiden in the heart, and then she do the little move where she blocks it off or whatever, and then they was able to bring him back or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
whatever, and then the girl pop up at the end of the movie. Like, yo, I was the one who sent the email in, and then we all thought she was dead. Well, they said that the girl existed, but they
Yeah.
didn't show her until the end, all this other stuff. So I mean, like, nah, this movie. The only thing I don't like about this movie is the end, where the lady from Home Alone got that damn thing to brainwash her, just like they did the Winter Soldier.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking the whole time, why y'all just won't knock this damn shit out of her hand? Why? I'm like, why is Aiden fighting her when he can see the only reason she's fighting me is because she's brainwashed from that thing that she's holding. All I gotta do is jump down and knock that damn thing out of her hand. Why are you sitting there
Everything's
getting
over.
your ass whooped?
Or
Like,
trying to help her fight
yeah.
it. That's not how you help her fight it. Just turn it off. The fuck? Just turn the shit off. Destroy the remote. How about that?
That's all he had to do.
So for me, I enjoyed this movie. I thought this movie was fun. I thought this movie was exciting, great action, funny. It was, you know what I'm saying, it was a good time for sure. I think it would have worked better though as a TV series or not a sitcom, but like as a show instead of a movie.
Okay.
This could, I think the way that they did Argyle and Ellie and had them mixing and mingling, I think this would have been dope for like Ellie for for us to see Ellie as the Arthur or whatever, and maybe like the first episode or like I don't know the season finale, we see Argyle going through all of these missions and doing all these things show by show, and in the last show we see it revealed that Argyle is not Argyle, is really Ellie doing all of these things. You know what I'm saying? Like something like that
Yeah.
to lead up to that. Ultimately, I think that it would have been a way better option to make it just a show. You can make it a nice 8 episode show where you get into that. You got a lot more detail you can go into. Um, then for real, like you can make them what shit, 45 to an hour long for real if you wanted to. You can kind of, you know what I'm saying, do a lot more with a show compared to just trying to make all this a movie. They did a great job with the time, of course, but I just think it works better as a show.
I I semi agree.
Hmm.
The only reason I think the first couple of episodes I feel like they would drag because the reason I say that is because we watched her as an author. What did she
Hmm.
do? Somebody asked her out on a date. She says she has a date. Go home to this fucking cat, and it just shows her doing the same shit. And obviously, you could tell she don't have no social life.
Right.
All she does is go home and writes, and so like they're showing her in her life, and it's a boring ass life because she don't do shit. So
That's
I
so
think that's
that's where the perfection comes in, right? If you're a good writer and you know that that's what this is gonna be, then you write her as boring as possible. So let's say episode come on, intro, first cut, you know what I'm saying, of the scene, we see Ellie, making some tea or something. and I don't know, maybe she walked past the cat and the cat kind of trip her up, and she spilled some tea on the floor. She look at the tea, memory snap, and now that's the episode to Argyle. You know what I'm saying? Like that's when we see Argyle
Hmm.
come in, and something happened, and the tea reminded her of that moment, like those type of things. But ultimately, like leading up to a whole different story of her being the assassin that she's been writing about.
I mean, I can see that. I can see that, but I think that they would have had to really kind of include like some other characters during that time, because like even the whole thing with her mom and shit,
Hmm.
where you know what I'm saying, she hit her mom up and her mom was just like, nah, like you know, you pussyfooting with the ending, you need to come up with an ending, like the ending was
Hmm.
trash and all that type shit. I think that like they would have had to kind of include her mom a little bit more, and kind of, I mean, I see what you're saying. I just think the back end would have been a lot more exciting than the front end. Is all I'm saying.
I
But
mean,
but that's what a lot of shows do
but I
though.
about to
It
say a
start out
lot
with a slow
lately. A
burn.
lot of shows have slow burned you in the beginning and then just thrashed you in the face with the rest of it towards the end. So I mean, the way shows have been coming out, I think it would fit right in if it went that way. You know what I'm saying? Slow burn us in the
Yeah,
first 2.5 episodes. Pick it up a little bit in the third, slow it down, you know what I'm saying, later on. But like once those last three, four, kick it in high gear and just that's when you open everything up.
true, true. I also thought the reveal was kind of dope when it comes to who she thought her parents were.
Yeah.
Um, I thought that was dope. To do it that way. I still don't get the whole little thing of like. I mean, look, I get it, but that like we have this, but I also got to understand like what I need to do better as a podcaster is realize that I don't think a lot of people is watching as many movies as we watching, right?
True. That is
Like I
true.
think people just watch as many movies as I watch,
Right.
because it's like the whole little um shooting people in the chest and then come to find out these motherfuckers got a bulletproof vest on. It's like, why do they keep shooting people in the chest? Like, why are we
It's
keep
for
doing this?
story, bro. It's for story. Cause imagine they if they put the right shit in there, but that should be a 45-minute movie.
I mean, this is true. I mean, look, you are right. You are right. But it's just this movie did put a spin on it though,
Yeah.
with the whole little shooting Kara and shooting Aiden actually in the heart,
Hmm.
and you know what I'm saying, they didn't have a bulletproof vest on. So this movie did switch it up a little bit, but like kind of find out like the lady wasn't her mom. Uh, uh, the director guy, director Ritter,
Ritter.
he posed as her dad and all this type of stuff, and then come to find out like her parents weren't really her parents.
Hmm.
And so I thought that that part when Ellie and Aiden was about to getting in the car, and she was like, I forgot my cat. He was like, yo, like you need to make a decision now. You know what I'm saying? It's either you leaving with me or you going back up to get that damn cat and risking yourself of dying. And but I thought like your first time watching that scene where they were, when she was in there with her mom and her quote unquote mom and dad,
Hmm.
and then Aiden busts in and is like, yo, like they're not your parents. And then they showed you the whole thing of them brainwashing her and all that shit. Like
Right.
your initial thoughts when you first saw that part.
So it was. I think it was in a seeing it. It looked like an attempt to add another plot twist in there, right? Because I think that was right after the Argyle plot twist. That was after the um. It was another one that was in there. Oh, because I think that was right after he was telling her that they were lovers and they was in love and they had this great relationship and all of these things. And he was trying to bring her back to her memory because he kept telling her like, you're not a author, like you really are a fucking secret spy out here. I need you to kick back in the gear. I'm out here fighting 17 people by myself. So I think that was like his attempt. at that moment to do that. But then when he bust in, like, yo, them not your parents, I think that's still him trying to get her to, you know what I'm saying, like realize. Because it felt like she realized it, but I don't think she fully realized like what was going on. And I think that was his way of letting her know, like, yo, like this shit is for real, for real.
True. And like I think she didn't get the significance of it. And like even when he was trying to tell her to, like, lift up and squash the skull because
Mhm.
they might not be dead. And so and I think that he thought if she did that, it would
Mhm.
re-jog her memory just
Mhm.
from doing some shit that you've done before in the past. But I think actually doing it and writing about it could be two different things, but I think they're the same thing within one. Because I also feel like if she's wrote for, well, really five, she haven't published the fifth one yet. If she's wrote 5 books on this shit, if she haven't remembered this shit by this point, she ain't never gonna remember.
Right. Right.
So it's
And
like I don't think her stumping on somebody's head is just gonna boom make that shit pop up. Like,
that's what was really confusing about this shit though. Like he kept trying like these unorthodox ways of trying to help her like fight it so she can go back to who she was. But like you said, like bro, all of this shit could have been solved if he just would have kicked that fucking that remote out,
yeah.
and she could be back to who she was.
Well, I don't think that he knew about that
But
part of
no,
it.
no, no. I'm saying just like how you were saying, even with her holding the remote, he's still trying to fight her and talk to her the whole
Yeah,
time. Like, yo, you gotta get your memory back. Like you said, he could have just roundhouse this shit out her hand, grabbed this motherfucker, and we good. Then y'all could
yeah,
jump her.
yeah. That part. You remember in Bad Boys for Life when when Will had to do whooping his ass. Like, I'm trying to. What do you say? I'm trying to. Oh man, something for him to see inside my soul or some fucking shit or something.
Yeah.
So he just had him like whooping his ass and he wouldn't fight back. It was just like, yo, that situation is a little bit different. But like my whole
Mhm.
thing is like, yo, if I see this woman holding this, I can't remember what it was one of those things where it spins and plays the music. It had like a ballerina on it. That's what it
Mhm.
was. Man, he seen that when she turned that shit and that music started playing, she just snapped into, you know what I'm saying, that abyss of whatever.
Mhm.
Man, I'm not letting you whoop my ass to try to get you to remember. No, I'm jumping down here and I'm breaking this damn ballerina thing that this bitch got
Absolutely.
down here.
Smashing this motherfucker to pieces.
Like, what are you doing? I mean, he took an unnecessary ass whooping.
But that's why I said like it just didn't make sense for him to keep trying to like I don't know, like resonate with her inside, like with her conscience or some shit. He kept trying to, you know how like they be showing the one shit where people be possessed and they be like, no, don't do it. I know you're still in there.
Like,
It was like
no,
that.
they're not.
Yeah, it was like that. Like, fam, this is a mind control. You work for the secret spy people. You know that this is mind control. Come on, man. The people watching this know that it's mind control. He ain't pick it up yet. They didn't write that in there. It was weird, bro. It was weird, bro. Nigga, like, cuz, bro, like, you know what your job entails. You know the shit that y'all up against. That never crossed your mind, like, man, maybe it's some kind of mind control shit. That's like that's like you go to Burger King, apply for them, you get hired your first day. They like, yeah, you on the grill. You like, wait, y'all flip burgers? Yeah, motherfucker, it's called Burger King. Nigga, what is going on here, bro?
Hey, I shouldn't know this, but the funny thing about Burger King is you don't flip burgers at Burger King. They got a
However you do
flame
it,
blower.
yeah, however you do it, whatever. Just motherfucker just is shocked that burgers are there. Nigga, the title is Burger King. Yeah, there's gonna be food there. So yeah, as a secret spy, those are the things you're supposed to be thinking of.
Oh
This nigga
man.
pulling out all kind of technology and weapons and shit. He still
And this dude was willing to die for nothing.
for nothing, bro. For nothing, bro. He's a horrible fucking spy, bro. You no thinking skills whatsoever.
Yo,
Man.
no, like yo, if you got the quote unquote love of your life and
Oh
she is
man.
hypnotized and you see somebody with the thing that's
Come
hypnotizing
on, man.
them, no, just whoop my ass and then do the magic stump on my skull to kill me
Right.
when all I had to do was knock this ballerina thing out of her hand. It was just
Yeah.
like, yo, come on. But oh man, what else was interesting about this movie? I thought that you know, I can't remember what movie it was, and that's just me just watching a bunch of movies.
Right.
But that house that they confiscated, that Sam L was in, I
Hmm.
seen that in some other movie. I still haven't put it together yet,
Yeah.
but what movie it was. But that great fucking land that he was on, he
Hmm.
told the whole grape story and all that.
Yeah.
Yo, I've seen that in something. I
Yeah.
can't remember what. But anyway, that's besides the point. But you know, Sam is just like, man. And look, we did Sam. We talked about Sam, but like his
Hmm.
IMD is just fucking out of here.
Ridiculous.
But just the fact that he is so willing to just because like I feel like his character in Kingsman is kind of like his character in most of the um Marvel movies where you know what I'm saying where he just pops up for a quick 5 minutes to be
Hmm. Nick Fury.
what's his name? Nick Fury, yeah.
Yeah.
And like so he just like just to pop up in these films and not even be, you know what I'm saying, the main character is just, you know what I'm saying, just to be in it for, you know what I'm saying, a few minutes or whatever. But even that few minutes that he's in it, obviously he's always still in the screen because
Right.
that's just what he does because he's just so well at what he do. But but yeah, I'm glad they didn't have his character wearing that fucking fitted like he did in the first one
That's why I said, bro, this had to be this movie
though.
was supposed to be before that when it had to be, bro. Because he was younger looking in this one too.
Yeah, take that down, fit it off.
Yeah.
that
That
shit,
nigga, hey,
that shit was funny.
you want to know who he reminded me of in that? I don't know if that was supposed to be that way or not, but that nigga reminded me of Russell Simmons, bro. That nigga had the lisp like Russell Simmons, and he was wearing them fucking fitted hats with the fucking sweatsuits and shit. That's how Russell Simmons dress and talk, bro. That was Russell Simmons, bro. I promise you. He had either that was supposed to be him or like that was the inspiration behind this character because it was the similarities was right there in your face.
Yo, that is hilarious.
That shit was crazy. That
That is
nigga had
hilarious.
that nigga had the matching
Russell
sweatsuit
Simmons.
with the Air Force Ones and the Yankees, and it was no, he had the plain Jane joints. Them shits ain't even had nothing on them. He just had hella plain fitteds in different colors. Sick shit.
Oh man, that's super sick shit. Yo, this is funny as fuck. I'm sitting here looking at the images, yo, from the first
Crazy,
one.
bro.
Damn,
Crazy,
fitted.
bro.
Oh, put them glasses on.
One thing
This is
though,
hilarious.
I gotta give him credit for though. Um, Brian Cranston, bro. This nigga
Oh yeah.
is. I don't know what happened on Malcolm in the Middle, but ever since like he got away from that shit and like got on Breaking Bad, bro, he has been killing it. I mean, killing it. Like Malcolm in the Middle was cool because he was like that weird, quirky dad or whatever. Which he really wasn't in a lot of shit, but he was in a couple episodes for real. Um, and then he had another one where he was in. either like Law and Order or one of those type shows. I forget which one it is,
Yeah.
but it's something like that. And he was like real angry and being an asshole and all that. And he did pretty good. And then when I seen him in like Breaking Bad clips, because I still ain't seen Breaking Bad yet. But when I seen him in Breaking Bad clips, like he was that character that I seen on the Law and Order shit and all that. And he's been skyrocketing off from there.
Yeah, like Bryan Cranston was like it seems like he was that person who, you know what I'm saying, really popped older
Hmm.
to where it's kind of like the roles that he got as an older man,
Yeah.
probably like in his 40s and shit, is that what really kind of sent him to the next level. Because like you said, Breaking Bad, I seen Breaking Bad. Um, Also, I never got into Your Honor. I've always wanted to watch it, but
I totally forgot about Your Honor. And that's his shit, ain't it?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, like Joe and them would talk about that all the time,
Yeah.
and I never got into it. I never found the time to watch it. But like, I seen him in some other stuff. He was in this movie called was it Infiltrator, or something like that, where he goes undercover and like bring down this like drug ring or
Mhm.
whatever. Um,
Hold on, wait,
oh
hold on,
man,
wait. Because the name of this movie is ringing in my head right now. When it was Infiltrator, was it like spelled like the word infiltrator, or was it like infill and then they spelled trader like being a trader?
I don't know. I'm doing this off memory. I can't remember
Okay,
if it
I
was
was about to
called
say because
Infiltrate or Infiltrator. I can't
if it's the
remember.
second one, that is hilarious.
Yeah, I can't remember. I would have to look it up.
Yeah,
But like yeah, like but yeah, he blew up later, and
yeah.
which I find that interesting. But I think sometimes it could be early on in your career.
Hmm.
Maybe you know what I mean. Maybe you wasn't getting like the appropriate roles. I would say
Right,
sometimes
right.
you took a lot of roles early, and like you never really, you know what I'm saying, fit it, and then like you was able to get this one character to really take you to that next level and get you
Hmm.
into the right room that you need to be in, or
Yeah,
maybe people just didn't know what to do with you, because sometimes it could be so many actors that it feels like sometimes they don't know what to do with certain characters. And maybe
right.
that's what happened to Bryan Cranston in the beginning,
Hmm.
because like man, it was like once he did uh Breaking Bad
Yeah, it
and
was over
Malcolm in
with.
the Middle and all that shit, because all of that shit really kind of I felt like it was around the same time.
No,
Um
Malcolm in the Middle was over by the time Breaking Bad came out.
okay. Yeah, Infiltrator. Yeah, that's what it was called.
How is Trader spelled?
Uh Trator.
I knew it, bro. That's why I said that shit was ringing around in my head, bro. I was like, bro, ain't no way they spell infiltrator just regular on with that shit, bro. Once you start telling me the story, I'm like, I already know how this shit spelled. That's hilarious.
Yeah, and then he also played in the same year. He played Lyndon B. Johnson in All the Way.
Mm,
Um, Damn, he's in one of the Godzillas. Um,
doing what?
okay, so Breaking Bad was 2008 to 2013.
Right.
Um,
Say Malcolm in the Middle had to be like what 2003, four.
oh shit, I didn't know he was in a new. He damn, I don't remember him in Total Recall.
The
Um,
latest one.
yeah, yeah, he was in the latest one, and I mentioned that fucking movie. Damn, where's Malcolm in the Middle at?
It's early, early on.
Uh, yeah, you're right. Cause let me see. This is I'm in 2006.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I
Well, he
think
was in
Malcolm in the Middle might
Clerks.
have even been like, I'm reaching, but 98, 99 maybe.
Let me see. I'm in '98. Let me see. '98. Look, he was in Saving Private Ryan.
Damn,
Don't even remember him in that at all. Damn, Michael in the Middle was down there. Um. Oh shit, he did 3 episodes of Murder She Wrote.
that nigga been eating.
No, dude, he was in 1 episode of Touched by an Angel.
Whoa,
Yo, he was in 1 episode of Walker Texas Ranger.
that's hilarious. Please don't say Seven Heaven.
No, dude, he was in Mighty Morphin. He was in 2 episodes of Mighty Morphin
Yeah,
Power Rangers.
he was the voice behind the monster.
Dude, he was in 2 episodes of Metlock. Yo, this motherfucker been out here in
That's
these streets,
hilarious.
man. Yo, I still haven't seen Malcolm in the Middle. I must have missed it
I'm about to look at that.
because
Might have
I'm in
been like the
1989.
scandal that happened.
I might have skipped over that shit, but that motherfucker, yo, Brian Cranston
Oh,
been out here
Malcolm
in
in the
these
Middle is
streets.
2000 to 2006.
Oh, okay. I skipped over that shit because
Yeah, I'm
I
about
do
to say,
not
bro,
see it.
that shit wasn't nowhere. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
look, dude,
Brian,
this dude did an episode of the X Files,
that
Chicago Hope.
that's what I'm talking about. X Files, not SVU, but X Files. That's what I was talking
Yep,
about. He act like a real mean motherfucker in that show. Or that episode of X Files.
yep. 4 episodes of Kings of Queens. Like yo, this motherfucker been out here, yo.
I vaguely remember him on King of Queens.
They go Malcolm in the Middle. There you go. Yeah, I missed it. Yeah, he's been in a
Bro,
lot of
speaking
shit,
of a
yo.
fucking show, bro, King of Queens was amazing.
Yeah, I fuck with that show too. And
That shit
Leah,
was
what's her
amazing,
name?
bro. Remy,
Remy. Whew, boy,
yeah, she was a looker.
man,
Definitely a
on
looker.
that show,
Yeah, Carrie Heffernan
I was,
was all right.
I was like,
That's the
what?
one we got. We might have to do that one, bro.
What?
We might have to do all time hot TV moms.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's gonna be a good one. But damn, we totally got off the whole topic. That's why I said, bro, this shit would have been way better if it was like maybe a show or something, man. Like the movie is good. Like, don't get me wrong, but like if when you compare it to the others, this more like a I don't know. It felt like a what's the Wayne shit that they used to do for Screen? Um, not a it is it not another scary movie, or is it just called Scary
You
Movie?
said, oh, scary movie.
Yeah, that's what this felt like. This felt like the Scary Movie version of the Kingsman shit.
I could see how you got that comparison. I can see what that came from.
It's too spoofy. That's what I'm trying to say.
Especially especially the end. It was funny.
Yeah,
It was funny, but
like they
yeah,
dancing, shooting guns and shit. Like it's too comical for
yeah.
like the
Then
first
they did
Kingsman is in the hoods of Britain, and then we've gotten to fancy islands and a chick who can randomly ice skate out of nowhere without ice. By the way,
and then they did Dirty Dancing in the opposite direction with the
yeah,
woman
come on,
lifting the
man, with
man.
the
It's
carnival
like
shit.
what
Like,
the
what
fuck?
is going on, bro? That's what I said. Like
Like,
this,
what is going on?
yeah, it feels like a spoof of the Kingsman, even though like made by the people who made Kingsman.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm still confused as to where this shit belongs in the timeline. I'm still assuming that it's before the first Kingsman movie, but it's just like I don't know. This did it. It did too much damage to me. You know what I'm saying? Like
Okay.
it's so much to focus on inside of where all this fits into the whole thing. The way that they set it up, it was cool, but Man, I'm telling you, they could have made a killer show out of this shit, bro. That would have been a great Apple exclusive, by the way. Like they did the Continental from John
Uh,
Wick.
uh, John Wick. Yeah,
That's
I
what
didn't
this
watch that though.
but that's what this could have been though.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I agree with you. I agree with you. Because I mean, like you said, a lot of the shows, especially now, a lot of them are starting with a slow burn, and then it,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying, then it picks up when it gets more deeper into the story. I just felt like that first episode would have kind of been like, and then I think that after getting that whole thing of her being boring, going home and just doing nothing and no life, and all this little shit like
Or
that.
shit. You could you damn you getting good. So look, the the first episode. This just I'm just brainstorming. So the first episode, instead of seeing her first, like you could reverse that for the first episode, right? Like you show Argyle doing all this shit, and then like you see her at a book signing, and they start talking about Argyle to reveal that what I'm saying, Argyle is the book character or whatever. And then in the next episodes, do it where you show her doing some boring shit that go to an Argyle story or
Yeah,
whatever. Like something like that. Like that's how you would be able to flip that. But you damn sure can make this into a good 6 to 8 hour, 8 episode show, and I think you'll come out way better than you did with this movie.
I feel you. I feel you. Yeah, and then, like I said, like even you said, like you'd be able to give out more detail, and you didn't
Like
have
you
to
could
push
introduce the
anything.
mom and the dad in like the third, fourth episode, and then you could ride that story for a little. It was so much in here that you could use to be able to, you know what I'm saying, like make that shit happen.
Yeah,
But
nah, I feel you.
yeah, are you ready for Fire Flames?
Yes, sir.
Let's do it.
Yoga fire. Yoga flame.
All right, man. So what you got, bro?
Um, for my first time seeing this, um, the twist in it was good. I like twists. Um, Dallas did a really good job.
Yeah.
Um, Henry did a pretty good job. Sam Rockwell, I feel like he killed this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Brian Cranston did really good. So the cast was real good. I would give this movie, off of one watch. I would need to, watch it again. Well, just off of one watch, man, I'm gonna give it about a 3.5. Um,
Mm.
I still feel like I didn't get the whole gist of it.
Yeah.
I think this is something that I would need to see another time or two to kind of get more of appreciation for it. But for right now, I give it a 3.5.
That's what's up. I am going to go a step below you. The cast was amazing. The story was good. The plot twist was dope. To me, the best one is when we find out that she's supposed to be Argyle. All the other ones was kind of lackluster, but um, yeah, I'm gonna ride, man. Just give it a three. I already explained why for the most part, but pretty good movie all in all though.
Yep, I'm
All
with
right,
it. I'm with it.
for sure, man. Let's go into coming soon.
Let's do it.
Coming soon to own on video and DVD.
Our next movie is more fighting, more action, more violence. Um, but none that I know of yet because I
No,
haven't.
no. Remember what we talked
Oh,
about?
right. I'm sorry. I'm tripping. Um, yeah, our next movie is more action, more violence. You know what I'm saying? More everything that you're looking for. Except this time, I do know what's going on because we made some changes, and I have seen this one already. We're doing the Jinx Part Two. You know what I'm saying? The world's dumbest criminal, Robert Durst, uh, has his back against the wall. You know what I'm saying? And some things are coming out. Some people are stepping up, and you know what I'm saying, his time to shine. on the wreck floor when everybody, you know what I'm saying, open up their gates and everything else and figure out who he is and deal with him. It's coming. Um, I believe this is the episode with is are we still in the trial on this episode?
What we left, yeah, cause what I left, like, he left off on 3, right? I think that's the last one I saw was 3.
I know they were. I know the
Um,
in the one I seen, um, old girl had put him in L.A. The dude's wife had put him in L.A.
cause the last, let me see,
Because
last
remember
thing I saw.
she was testifying and she basically was like, yeah, he was in L.A. during these murders, and then that's when they go to him on the phone talk about she didn't do her job and all that other shit.
Oh yeah, I think we left off at the same spot. Yeah,
Okay, okay,
but yeah, this is gonna be interesting, and
yeah.
I'm super excited to finish this thing out and get more on it because I think that was a really good episode that we had, and in the Jinx Part 1. But yeah,
Hmm.
I am really looking forward to this shit just to see what other dumb shit that he's done.
Oh gosh, at
Like
this point,
I'm
bro,
I'm watching it for different reasons. I want to see how much dumber he can get.
oh my god, when he got up on the stand, bro,
Yo, you know they did a movie about him.
nah.
The Andrew dude, he did the movie on him. But they brought it up in the first one. They did a
Oh, I
movie.
didn't know that.
Ryan Gosling plays him. It's called All Good Things.
I gotta watch this shit now and see what's
I
going
just
on.
I
That's
just
crazy.
watched it last week. Yeah,
Yeah,
they changed his name though.
of course.
His name ain't Robert Durst in the movie.
Right.
Um,
It's Dabber Rush.
oh man.
Oh man.
That's hilarious. Yeah, dude, watch that. I think it's on. Well, I watched it on Prime, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. And you
But
said
yeah,
this shit called
yeah,
All
they did
Good
a.
Things?
Yeah, it's called All
Okay.
Good Things. Got Ryan Gosling and Kristen Dunst plays his wife that went missing.
Oh shit. So it's just about
Yeah.
the 84, what's her name?
No, this got the Galveston, Texas shit in and everything.
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah, so man, if you haven't watched the Jinx, please go watch the Jinx. If you haven't heard our episode, I'm sorry, our first season episode, then definitely go back and listen to that. And get ready for season 2. You know what I'm saying? We about to see how it all falls down, man. If you like this episode, you didn't like this episode, or if you two felt like, you know what I'm saying, my man Argyle haircut was trash, hit us up. Let us know on socials, on Instagram and Twitter at Viewer9Pod, on Facebook, VA Pod Watch Group, YouTube.com. Go check us out, Viewers Anonymous. Leave anything in the comments. And on Patreon, patreon.com/Viewers Anonymous. Also, all of the links are in the descriptions as well. So you don't have to listen and type it out. You can just go to the description and hit those links. And if you'd like to follow me, I'm on Twitter at Schools Bronson. I got a link to in my bio. You can find me everywhere else there.
And y'all can find me at s.foster8 on Instagram, X, and TikTok. Follow the podcast 28 minutes or less. Still the same episode of the Drake vs. Kendrick Lamar. I got some new shit that I want to do. I just gotta arrange some shit and get some shit together. But just be on the lookout for new episodes on there and follow that podcast as well.
That's what's up, man. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, your support is greatly appreciated. And until the next episode, like they say in Hollywood, that's a wrap.
Cut.